Um, Actually, when I was a kid, my father gave me the nickname Rip because I used to rip people. So I've been playing defense for a long time.
Does he still call you Rip?
Yes, and my friends start to call me, and it annoys me so much.
Is it becoming a source of pride? I don't know if you're aware, you've got a streak going of games now where you've kept teams under 60 points. Have you guys talked about that? Is that something you discussed as teammates?
I mean, normally to win, you got to score more points than the other team. And obviously, we're going to score points, so we just try to emphasize getting stops so we are able to win.
What's the next step with this defense? You think you can score off of it a little bit more than you have been?
Yeah, absolutely. We just got to pick up the pressure a little bit more without fouling, and it'll go from there.
Kedrian, at the beginning of the year, Coach kind of just kept telling us that the defense just wasn't very good. This is obviously back, September, October.
Right.
Uh, what steps did you guys take as a group, to go from him thinking it was bad to where you guys are now? And could you see that growth, steps being taken along the way?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's steps that we're taking. It's just the will to want to win, wanting to win. So we obviously lock in defensively when it's time to win.
His exact words were, "It sucks." That's what he said. But obviously it doesn't suck now. Are you guys talking more? What's different between that point and where you guys right now?
Okay, first I'll say I think he's saying that to motivate us to actually want to be better at it and play defense.
Yeah.
But now we've come more together since the beginning of the season. Beginning of the season, we were just everywhere. We really wasn't, we got a lot of new guys, so we really didn't know. Some people didn't know rotation. Some people new to this type of system. So it's just a learning process for everybody.
Kind of curious, at the beginning of the year, from a player standpoint, did you guys think the defense was as bad as what Coach was making it out to be?
I mean, it's different with being on the court and seeing
Sure.
than coaching and watching. So I'll say it probably did look bad from his point of view, but on the court, I don't think it's so bad at times, but it has been bad.
When he was recruiting you, what did he say to you about playing defense and how important it was and how he saw you as a central figure in doing that?
He didn't at first. He didn't even have to bring it up to me because watching West Virginia, Javon Carter, it was defense, getting stops. But on my visit, he kind of modeled me well, showed me Javon Carter's things, and told me that I could do some of the same things, and I was capable of doing some of those same things.
You obviously took that as a compliment.
Yes.
You were a big scorer in junior college. Did you have to change your mindset? Because obviously now, at least to this point, you're more defender, distributor than scorer. So how have you sort of accepted that new role?
Yeah, I wouldn't say my mindset changed, but at this level, it's all about knowing your role and doing the best at what you do, being the best at what you bring to the table. And obviously, we have Taz and Sean. We got guys who can score. We need that person to be able to get them shots and also play defense.
Coach had mentioned in his post-game press conference after the UAB game that the work that you've done against Walker from UAB, and obviously, he's a pretty quick kid, pretty talented kid. What kind of challenge was that for you? And obviously, Big 12's getting ready to start in a few weeks, and you got a little taste of that last year. What kind of challenges lie ahead for you in guarding, Big 12 guys?
Big challenges. I mean, after guarding Jordan Walker, he's smaller, but he's faster. But the guys in the Big 12 are going to be bigger, stronger. I wouldn't say maybe a couple will be as fast as he was, but it's just pride, really. Just wanting to stop guys and wanting to defend.
Biggest difference between this year's defense and last year's defense, in your opinion?
Rim protection. I'll say that's the biggest difference, rim protection.
So that gives you a little leeway. If a guy beats you, you got some coverage.
You got somebody back there, whether it's Gabe taking a charge or Paulie or DeMond blocking a shot. I rely on them to help me out because I help them.
Does that give you maybe a little more freedom? I don't want to say a gamble, but to be a little more instinctive and be able to take chances that where you couldn't before?
I mean, not really, because when I take a chance, I really feel that I'm gonna get the ball.
Okay.
But if I miss it or anything happens, they got my back, so I don't feel any pressure.
Does it allow you to play more aggressive?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
A lot more aggressive,
Okay.
knowing I have help behind me.
Kedrian, your minutes were limited a little last year. You didn't play nearly as much as you are now. So was it tough sitting and watching, and how much can you learn sitting and watching?
I mean, coming from JUCO, playing basically 40 minutes a game, it was tough, with limited minutes. But it was a learning process. I learned a lot of things by watching, and obviously that helped me moving forward.
What type of things did you learn?
Patience, what plays to make, when to do it, just things like that.
The other last game, what does the end of the game and what you were able to do from the free throw line, what does that kind of do for your confidence? Not only making them, but making them at critical junctures when the game was still in the balance.
I mean, it builds my confidence a lot. At those moments, you want to make those shots. They're the shots that you need. So I guess, just wanting to do that.
How do you, I guess, have the confidence to want the ball in those situations? I mean, Sean and Taz were on the court, and obviously they're two pretty good free throw shooters. I know the commentary on TV kept saying, well, they're fouling a guy who's 47%, but
Right.
you kept making them. So.
I mean, a player is really nothing without confidence. You got to be able to believe in yourself and in those type of moments.
I guess you want to be on the floor at the end of the games. If you don't make them, you're not going to be on the floor, right?
Yeah, because Coach Hugs definitely told me that. How can he play me at the end of the game if I can't make free throws? So I made that a business decision to get in the gym and actually practice free throws.
Gotcha.
Have you typically been a good free throw shooter? I mean, obviously your numbers at the beginning of the year were down, but was that sort of an anomaly, or where have you been normally?
In junior college, I was actually a great free throw shooter. I shot between 10 to 12 free throws a game, shooting around 85%. But I don't know what's changed since then, but, I'm working again, so it's going to get better.
Gotcha.
Anything else? Thanks, Keith.
No problem. Thank you.